Hey everybody out there in the land of YouTube, this is Annette Dion. I am the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. I forgot to turn on my rabbits. Bling! It is April 4th. It's 4/4/2022. That's a lot of fours. It's been an interesting few days. If you're feeling heavy, the news is heavy. Seems like it keeps getting heavier. And I do want to speak a little bit to what's happening. As the war rages on, Americans really are being asked by spirit to pay attention. We are not experiencing what Ukrainians are going through, obviously. But we would be not well served to not, pray, obviously. Help as much as you can, giving to organizations that help the Ukrainians. But also to take a deep breath and a serious look at how important it is to uphold our system of democracy. Orban got re-elected in Hungary, and we don't want that. In other parts of the world, elections are considered pretty much ridiculous. Elections are considered something that nobody really takes seriously because they're so corrupt. I mean, Putin has been in power for over 20 years, and it's not because the Russian people are doing great and they love him. It's because it's corrupt. We are on the precipice of that. I did, with the help of David Packman, who has a YouTube channel, I did watch the Trump rally in Michigan on Saturday night, and I forced myself to watch pretty much the whole thing because I feel like it's my civic duty. And I think it's everybody's civic duty because that's just my humble opinion. You'll do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter to me because I can't control anybody. I'm just suggesting that you see what's going on. I haven't gone so far as to watch Fox News, but that might be next. It was about 90 minutes maybe, this Trump rally on Saturday night, about 90 minutes of completely spewing lies and completely inciting violence. It was very much a mirror of what Vladimir Putin does to the Russian people, demonizing the other side, criticizing anything to do with the free press and free media, criticizing people that he doesn't agree with, making sure that everyone is aware that people that have some semblance of intelligence are the enemy, and they're considered to be, I don't think Putin calls them woke in Russian, but we're those of us that actually care to learn and are curious and knowledgeable, because we strove for that and we continue to strive for that, are to be seen as somebody to turn on and to consider the other. This is what happens in fascist countries. This is what happens with dictators and authoritarian leaders. The fact that there are people out there cheering Trump on and saying things like lock her up and all that, and I know I'm just bringing it up. I know you all know this, but I'm bringing it up because we have to talk about it because we can't forget. If anybody thinks for one moment that the American people couldn't get corrupted to the point that the Russian soldiers have, January 6th gave us a little bit of a flavor of what can happen if people don't know what's going on. If people are led like sheep to believing something that's not true, that looks like us versus them. And as far as, this whole war on more enlightened people, shall I say, the war on people who have morals and who have ethics and who have common decency and wouldn't do anything to hurt another human. The war on people like that, it can be seen in Ron DeSantis and Governor Abbott and all over the country. I have Grassroots of Democracy that I organized. I would like to see everybody on board. The truth of the matter is, and I said it before and I'll say it again, and we'll get into a reading shortly, into the cards. The truth of the matter is, if anyone believes that this isn't the most important thing in terms of your lifestyle to fight for, to keep in place, if anybody thinks I'm too busy to do any work saving democracy, even something as simple as, I don't know, writing postcards. If people are saying that they just can't get involved, or it's just they don't know what to do and it's too political for them and they don't have the time, we could lose our democracy as we are losing it now. It is essential that people pay attention to what's going on. Absolutely essential. And I know this is a Psychic News Network, and I know, the objective here is to look at the cards and just find out what the tendencies are in terms of what's going to happen. I know that we're here for that, and I so appreciate you all being here. And we're also here because I am being guided to tell everybody that watches my videos, thank you for being here, and please heed what I am saying. It's not just me saying it. It's what every soldier who's died in a war has stood for, whether you believed in the war or not. The war is like World War II, World War I. The wars, and the Vietnam soldiers, whatever you think about the wars. Wars have been fought to save human civilizations from having dictators dictate how they live their day-to-day lives. It's unbelievable what's happening in Ukraine. It's supposed to be considered, from my perspective, supposed to be just like we are being asked to look at it, to see the desperation of a people that are not allowed to live life as they see fit, and the desperation of the situation, the desperation of the situation of a fascist sociopath murderer that has no soul, to see the danger of that. And I just need to say here that there are many similarities between him, between Putin, and the last person to occupy the role of president that was in the White House. And nobody can tell me that they have nothing in common, because they have everything in common. So that's what I have to say. And we're going to get to what's happening. Switching gears. Thank you to all of you who watched Corey and I on Friday night, April Fool's Day. It went on for 2.5 hours. That was insane. And I don't think it's ever going to go 2.5 hours again. That was like, the joke was on me on that one. But we are doing a show again tomorrow. And the great thing about Corey, and Corey's birthday is tomorrow on April 5th. So we have to do a show and harass him, but it's not going to be live tomorrow. I don't think we could organize that in our schedules. So please keep an eye out on my community page, or go to Bridge KPN to find out. It usually airs at 8 p.m. The chat is live when it's pre-recorded, but obviously it's pre-recorded. Let's take a look at a couple of things. I want to mention one thing before we go into the questions, topics that I wrote down. There's a commercial on TV, and I want everybody who feels motivated to write to Infinity Nissan. They're running a commercial that mocks children playing musical instruments. And here's the it's like basically mocking, you know, children being in the arts. If you watch TV, you know what I'm talking about. You can maybe find it if you type in infinity commercials. Anyway, the contact person is Allison Witherspoon, Alllyson Witherspoon. And Infinity North America, believe it or not, is right outside of Nashville in Franklin, Tennessee. Can't even believe in Music City they are running a commercial that makes a mockery of children playing musical instruments. The number is 615-725-1000. 615-725-1000. I want everyone to call and complain about that commercial, because children playing musical instruments is a beautiful thing, and it's nothing to make a mockery of. I did call, and surprisingly, I had kind of a conversation with the assistant. Anyway, asked them to take the commercial down. I just noticed it was still up. Let's go to the cards. So let's go to the situation in Florida with DeSantis. I really do feel that this, the demonstrating against what Ron DeSantis is doing, which is exceedingly fascist, to say people shouldn't be gay or transgender or lesbians or, you know, all that. Exceedingly fascist. I feel like the movement against what he is doing, and particularly Disney, with all the Disney lawyers that will be filing lawsuits, I mean, Disney is like its own country. I feel like that's the beginning of something like a new wave of protests. Let's look at the good side of that. The good side of that is that we have a Democrat as president, as a legitimately, fairly elected president. Okay, we've got that established, right? So I feel like because Disney is so powerful that we are going to see some action there, and I feel like we should look at some cards. So what's going to happen there? Yeah, Disney has the money. Disney is the King of Pentacles. I'm using my new iPad, so it's a little a little awkward. Disney is the King of Pentacles. Disney is has got the money, and you know, it's all about the money, but it's nice to see that the money is going to speak louder than the racism, the fascism. Might as well say racism too. And there's a huge population of LGBTQ people. So this is and not just that, you know, straight people too. We're all going to come together and fight this, and it's a huge population. The Six of Cups, we're going to have a lot of options in front of us in terms of how we're going to kind of answer this call to not say gay, besides the fact it's against the First Amendment. So can we just say that we're going to start to defend our Constitution? Don't they all take an oath? Let's look at one more card about that. What's going to happen with that don't say gay ridiculousness law? This looks like synchronicity lining up. Disney World. The World card is coming up. That indicates the Disney World is going to win. Disney is its own world. I love Disney. I need to go back to Disney. I haven't been there in a while. So let me ask the pendulum about that. Is Ron DeSantis going to lose the fight to keep this bill intact? Oh, my pendulums got mixed up. Is Ron DeSantis going to, Ron DeSatan, is he going to lose the battle to keep the anti, don't say gay bill? Is he going to lose the battle to keep that in effect? The pendulum is saying, yes, he's going to lose the battle to keep that in effect. Speaking of pendulums, the class is slated to be on April 30th, which is a Saturday, from 1 to 3. and I will post it, and nothing's formalized yet in terms of how much or how to pay. But I'll keep you posted, I promise. So it looks like Ron DeSantis is going to lose that, even though he signed it into law. I see the Disney lawyers really. What I'm seeing happening with the Don't Say Gay bill is it's going to be chipped away at and chipped away at and chipped away at until it's finally gone. Yep, just like you know, a snowman in the winter melting. It's just going to be, you know, it's going to be dismantled. That's what I see, until it just has zero teeth. So that's what I see there. I want to look at, now that we have witnessed, I mean, I know we're feeling it on a very deep level, what's happened. I'm switching gears to what's happened in Ukraine with the genocide. It is genocide. I know that Biden's calling it war crimes. A reporter said, is this genocide? It's totally genocide. You know, Putin's working on, you know, he's doing, you know, it's very similar similar in the way of thinking that, you know, Hitler was, and wanting to eliminate the Jews, or eliminating Jews because they were Jewish. This is happening because these people are Ukrainians. They used to be friends. It's unbelievable. So I want to see if the Russian people will be alerted to the truth of what this war is about. We're going to take a look at 3 cards here. It's so difficult. It's such a difficult situation. I remember when I was in middle school and I knew nothing about the Holocaust, and I'll never forget how much I was not believing, not that I was thinking it was conspiracy, but I just couldn't digest human beings doing that. I couldn't digest it. I don't think I ever have. I don't think anybody, any of us can, unless we're just, I don't know, evil people. So I'm gonna look at the cards to see if Putin's lies to the Russian people are going to stand. This is, you know, they're kind of struggling with it. The Russian people are getting news about what's happening. They're kind of struggling with it. They're kind of like, well, there's, you know, the information is coming in of what's actually going on in Ukraine. So it's a challenge. See how in this card, he's kind of like, this is like Russia trying to fend off the truth. That's what's going on there. So the truth is coming in dribs and drabs to the Russian people. And this, you know, you can see that this dude is fighting off everyone who's trying to tell the truth, fighting the truth from getting in. But it is getting in. The sun is illuminating, and this is Putin still trying to stay in power. But the sun is illuminating what's happening. A lot of Russian people are waking up to the truth of what's really happening as Putin, you know, remains, you know, like, I'm the czar. And let's see what else. I'm going to pick 2 more cards about that. Are the Russian people going to finally get the truth in enough quantity to shift things a bit? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Russian people are going to receive enough of the truth that's going to shake things up. And when it happens, it's going to happen all at once. Isn't that interesting? When it happens, it's going to happen all at once. I keep getting images of when the Berlin Wall came down, just in terms of the feeling about it. I do have a strong sense, a feeling about, you know, things reaching a point. I don't know when. Let me see if the pendulum will give me a time frame. The last time I kind of looked at that, I saw like 4 weeks. So when will enough Russian people find out the truth to make a change happen? They could overthrow the government. Okay, so is it going to be in the month of April? No. The month of May? It feels like around the month of May, you know, next month, the Russian people, like, it's going to hit a tipping point where they actually kind of, you know, it's, you know, that game of telephone when I just feel like the message is going to get through. I don't mean telephone like where the message comes out completely different at the end. I mean like sort of like walkie-talkies or something like that. So now people don't even know what I'm talking about. But those were things that people used that weren't phones, and maybe they're still used at like festivals and stuff, you know, just to kind of communicate. At festivals, they would use those things, little bit. Anyway, so I'm getting the sense that they are going to get the information, the truth, by next month, and then we'll see what's going to happen. I'm just looking at the Russian people. I'm not looking at what's going to happen with the war. So, what's going to happen with the Russian people? Should they start really finding out in enough numbers to matter? Once again, I get the toppling of Putin's government. The magician is making me see that there's a way for the information to get to the Russian people so that they are starting to hear the truth. And the Four of Cups, this usually is a blessing in disguise, but I don't want to call it that here. I think in a way it's like it will be a good thing that they're as enraged as they become. It'll be good that the rage will actually work in their favor. The rage at the injustices that have happened. I know, it's really hard. It's really hard. The Trump rally Saturday in Michigan, he's still siding with Putin. He still thinks that Putin is a genius. I almost said an evil genius, because he is evil. I don't know how much of a genius Putin is. Anyway, that should stop us all in our tracks. We're going to look at what the January 6th committee is up to. Remember, they did interview Jared Kushner for 6 hours, and I heard he was cooperative. So the January 6th committee will have everything that it needs to indict Donald Trump and prosecute him. And he's so dangerous. And just on that note, the Grassroots of Democracy, the organization, we meet twice a week now, we have, right now we're writing letters to the DOJ. We know that, and I wrote a letter to the DOJ, so if you want the template, let me know or join our group. The January 6th committee has what they need, and they're gathering more and more and more of what they need. That's a given. All the evidence is there. Trump planned with his buddies. I heard 300 Republicans were in on it. Anyway, that wouldn't surprise me. I don't know if that's true. So he did incite the riot. We all saw it. The evidence is all coming in. Hundreds upon hundreds of people have been interviewed. We might be getting up to like 1,000 by now. And so it's all there. And then he's out, inciting more violence and, hinting at running for president again. Endorsing, of all people, Sarah Palin. Talk about we need to get our country back. So anyway, what I want to look at is, did that rally on Saturday in Michigan, and actually I felt sick to my stomach watching it. I'm not sick, I was fine, but just energetically. The people that when they leave those rallies, I don't know how they can feel good, because it was slimy and horrible, the things that he was saying. To have somebody up there saying horrible things about people, you cannot walk away and feel good if you're a human with really real feelings. So let's take a look. Did that rally in Michigan, now remember we checked on with the last rally, the last rally was poorly attended in Georgia. I'm not sure how many came to this one in Michigan. I do have to look that up. But is that going to change Trump's trajectory in his favor? Is that rally going to turn not in his favor? It doesn't look like it's going to turn it in his favor. Okay, so now we're going to ask the pendulum about the Trump rally in Michigan that happened on Saturday night. Are his fans increasing? Are Trump's fans increasing? No, it's saying no. His fans aren't increasing. Are Trump's fans, or his base, are they decreasing? Are his fans decreasing? Okay, so it's going around in a circle. We have a lot of work to do, people. Are Trump's fans decreasing? Are they decreasing? Are they going down? I guess the pendulum, I kind of get that it's too soon to say. Okay, so the effects of that rally. Just for the record, he looked terrible. He was very sweaty. To me, he looks like he doesn't want to be there, except for the adoration. But as far as him feeling like he wants to be there and he wants to speak and he wants to inspire people, like, it just looks like a party he doesn't really want to be at, but he has to be at in order to raise his popularity. Let's take a look at the Trump rally. Let's see what the cards have to say about the Trump rally. 4 cards. Well, I'm picking the cards. I just want to say that I hope you had a lovely Monday and that things are going well and that you don't have allergies. I've been talking to a lot of people lately, just about all of them, their noses are stuffed up. So I hope you're not having bad allergies. I don't know what it is. It must be the tree pollen, huh? Anyway, spring is beautiful. Beautiful time of year. It's not too hot here in New England. Okay, so let's take a look at what the cards. I'm afraid to flip them over. What's going on with the rally, the most recent rally? What's the energy around that right now? The American people have some soul searching to do. That's what's around that right now. And that is true. That's definitely true. Maybe that's why I was urging everyone to watch a Trump rally. We have a lot of work to do. We have a large number of people in this country that are celebrating having the most uninformed people running this country. I mean, basically, Trump was up there saying that Biden needed to, I don't know, I don't want to say something he didn't say because that would make me like him. But the gist of it was that Biden needs to be taken out of office because he's making a disaster out of this country. Well, we all know if Biden wasn't in office right now, we'd be in a really difficult position. We'd probably be directly in a war. Putin would have gone into Ukraine and had no resistance at all, and he would have attempted to take over Europe because Trump wanted nothing to do with NATO. So it's very dangerous, and it's a very soul-searching time for our country. Remember, there's an election this year. If you're not scared, you're not paying attention, and there's no need to be scared. There's a big need to be in action. Okay? Prince of Pentacles. I actually feel like this Prince of Pentacles is members of the GOP that are very aware that this is not healthy for democracy and it's not good for our country. And there's more than that, even because of Trump's behavior at those rallies, they're kind of looking at, is this really going to help me to side with him, to have him endorse me? So that's going on too. I mean, there's a lot of Republicans that want Trump's vote of confidence, and they want him to, be all supportive and whatever they say, whatever the word is. And the people at the rally really feel like he's the emperor. They really feel like he's the king. The emperor keeps coming up, I notice. And in this case, when it's coming up tonight, it really is indicating authoritarian rulers. Not always. It depends on the reading, but they see him as the authoritarian. They won't call him that, but that's what they're voting for. I mean, I'm not saying that he's running. I'm just saying the people at the Trump rallies want him to be president, really bad. They're in a cult. They don't care if they're under fascist rule. Telling it like it is, people. And he is getting some grifters. He is getting money from these rallies. I'm not saying he's gonna win a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not saying he's running for president. I'm not saying that he's not gonna be indicted. We will look at that. I am saying the clarion call is out. Grassrootsofdemocracy@gmail.com. You just send us an email, and in the subject line, you type AYE, which is I. We are joining with other groups and organizations. We have to be in the consciousness. We're joining together. We have to know that the collective energy of all of us can fight this. We have to be in the biggest numbers possible. Okay? Okay? Well, Fox changed its tune. Okay, so Fox, after this genocide in Ukraine, like 400 people executed. Just people like us. Just people that live in Ukraine. Will Fox News change its tune? I mean, we have Marjorie Taylor Greene over there like, Orban, congratulations! And Gomer, you know, oh yeah, what a great thing! We should be more like Hungary. What? In Hungary, you can't be gay. In Hungary, you can't be, there's no free press. In Hungary, the elections are corrupt. In Hungary, you know, Orban can be president or whatever he is for as long as he possibly wants to be, just like Putin, just like Kim Jong-un, just like Xi in China. And these Republicans are saying, that's what we want. America needs to be more like that. I'm not joking. I like to joke, but this isn't funny. This is bad. What am I even asking? I forgot. Oh, well, Fox changed its tune. Good thing I took notes. Well, the Ace of Swords represents the sword of truth. Don't think I'm saying that Fox is going to tell the truth, but the Ace of Swords is saying they're going to be under pressure to tell the truth. And the Queen of Swords, this is Janine Pirro, the one that they make fun of on Saturday Night Live. I mean, whoever, the woman that mimics her, I don't remember her name. I don't think I know her name off the top of my head. Anyway, Janine Pirro, I feel like is gonna. I'm seeing a female getting booted off of Fox. I'm not sure or just leaving. The Two of Wands. Oh, by the way, Chris Wallace. Oh, Trump was. In one of these crazy interviews Trump did, he totally insulted Chris Wallace because he left Fox News. And the insults that he dishes out are the worst. And saying that Chris Wallace wanted to be like his father, who I guess was a reporter, but and he just made fun of him like, he'll never be, he's terrible. Anyway, the Two of Wands. Fox is doing a bit of a balancing act right now. We need to put the pressure on the advertisers more than we already have. We're doing that at Grassroots. Okay. Will it change its tune ever? Okay. Are we going to see a change in Fox News and the way that they present? You know, I'm kind of thinking about the war right now. Are we going to see a change in the tone at Fox News due to all the genocide in Ukraine? Oh, I'm shocked. Oh, I thought it was saying yes. That's like going around in a circle like that. Kind of remains to be seen. Not really. I do see some changes. It remains to be seen. Not really. Fox isn't changing its tune. We're moving towards fascism, people. But we can save our democracy. Everything needs to go to the back burner. You don't have to spend all day on it, but you have to do something. Okay, so we'll, so much to talk about. Ketanji Brown Jackson, in the midst of all this insanity and craziness, she's gonna be on the Supreme Court. So that's hopeful. Let's take a look. Let's take a few cards. Take a look at that. Where's the moon today? The moon's been in, the moon is now in Gemini. Oh no, it's going into Gemini. Right now we're still in Taurus. Void of course, actually. Okay. Ketanji Brown Jackson. It's a turn for the good of our democracy. I'm glad you hung with me. I hope you did. For this long, 35 minutes in, I have some good news. Ketanji Brown Jackson that's gonna change a lot. The Republicans are gonna have to suck it up. Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley, Cotton, Grassley. They're gonna have to suck it up. We will have intelligent people running our country who aren't corrupt. We will. We will. Oh, we have to look at Clarence Thomas. It's really going to make us feel good. It's Ketanji Brown Jackson is going to make us feel good. We need feel good. We need feel good stuff. Yeah, that's going to be great. And it's like when Joe Biden got elected. The thing about Biden getting elected, and he, as much as it was awful that Trump tried to steal that, he stole his moment, and definitely after January 6th, right? But the thing was, the thing that was so scary about Trump being in office was we couldn't, it was like he was glued there, and we couldn't see how he was going to leave. And even Michael Cohen was saying he would not ever leave, without creating a ruckus. There wouldn't be a smooth transition of power. That's what Michael Cohen was saying, and sure enough, as we know, there wasn't. But I think we really celebrated because Joe Biden got elected, so that meant we could wrest Trump out of the White House the day that he actually had to leave the White House. And then when he was leaving on the helicopter and his kids were crying because they knew they were in big trouble and they had committed big crimes. It wasn't because they were waxing all nostalgic. Just so you know. Ketanji Brown Jackson is like, it's another moment. It's like a what did I call? I used to call, when leading up to the election, the presidential election, I would say we need a placeholder. And I kept telling people in my videos, which were on Facebook at the time, we needed to have Joe Biden hold a place. It seems like such a long time ago right now. November 2020. We need a placeholder. We need somebody to hold that space for democracy, and Joe Biden became that person, thank God. Ketanji Brown Jackson, we need a placeholder. We need somebody to hold the place, to stand for democracy and our Constitution. And that's what we got. And we need to ride the wave of that. We really and truly do. I'm not going to say you need to join Grassroots of Democracy. I already said it. Twice, maybe 3 times by now. What else do we have? I don't want to keep you too long because, I kind of extended my privileges there. Let's see. I'm going to pick a topic. Women's rights. Ketanji Brown Jackson being on the Supreme Court, is that going to make a difference with Roe versus Wade? I'm just going to actually, that's a pendulum question. Is KBJ being on the Supreme Court, I'm not sure when that happens. Anyway, is that going to make a difference in terms of Roe versus Wade? Is it going to actually make a difference that she's on the Supreme Court? Is it going to make a difference? The pendulum's giving me the runaround today. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes, you know what that means? It's still in play. So, it's still in play. But we're going to look at 3 more cards about that. Is Ketanji Brown Jackson being on the Supreme Court going to make a difference? Well, let's put it this way. Will it actually result in women's rights being restored? Can't even believe I'm saying restored. That looks like a yes. Yeah, having her on the Supreme Court will result in women's rights being restored. Okay, so that bodes well. Let's look at 3 more cards about that. By the way, if you want to book a reading, AnnetteDionPsychic@gmail.com. Pretty sure that I have space in the near future. I have to check with Matthew, but I'm pretty sure that I have room to do a reading for you. So AnnetteDionPsychic@gmail.com. If you'd like to book a reading, the Empress is yes to women's rights. That's great. You know, really strong women are going to stand up, but we're going to go through a time of torment first. I guess we have to just suffer before we get it right in terms of getting involved. Slowly, the women's rights will come back. Slowly, in terms of this, there's going to be a lot of court cases and things will be put back into place. Let's ask this. Are the Republicans going to get in power in 2022? Well, we have an elusive pendulum tonight. Oh, well, I can't force it. Let's look at weather real quick. Spring storms. Spring storms. Are we going to be okay? I feel a lot of stormy weather coming. Oh, and actually, the full moon on the 16th is a wind moon. Yeah, wind moon. I think that's what it says. Yes, it's a wind. It should be windy on the 16th. That is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, and the sign of Libra. Okay, so I was asking about the weather this spring. We're gonna really feel like we're up against the wall with the weather, this spring weather. A lot of destruction, a lot of loss, and we need to change something. One thing about the Russia situation is we will get off of gas. We will. Not that we're as dependent as like Europe and Germany, but we will get off of gas. And that's the way it is. This is Walter Cronkite. That was what Walter Cronkite used to say. It's been lovely spending time with you. Thank you for your kind comments. Please know that I read them and I don't respond because I don't want to play favorites, but sending you great vibes. I love you guys. I know that I was preachy tonight, but somebody's got to do it, and I just might as well be me. Please join us. We meet Thursdays, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time every single week. And on Saturdays, we do email-a-thons. And like I said, I did write to Merrick Garland. And get in touch. You can Google how to contact the DOJ. I don't want to give you the wrong email address, but do contact the DOJ. I know that Biden today is starting to express that he has a problem with Merrick Garland doing nothing. I don't think Joe Biden expected that. Lots in play. I'll see you in a couple days. I'll be with Corey tomorrow. I'm planning to come back again on Wednesday night. So have a beautiful spring couple days, and see you soon. Namaste. Oh, and subscribe and hit the like button. There, I said it. I'll see you soon.